Good morning everyone, Tractorman 44 here. Now I know some of you guys wonder how come my name is Tractorman 44 and I don't have very many tractor videos. Well, there are some of them, and I got a lot of tractors to do videos on, but life just gets in the way. Got too many other things to do. So today's going to be a tractor video. Of course, I had to go steal one in order to make a video. Didn't really steal it actually. My son-in-law's got this one here I'm leaning on, and it's a nice one, So it's one that I kind of like to grade the road with when my road grader's not online. I've got a little problem with the ignition on the road grader, but I'll solve that as soon as the weather gets a little nice. But at any rate, we're going to do a video today of grading the road. My old road has been neglected all winter. We hit it one time for a few hours, and then put the roller on and roll it down, and then we no more than got that done. In rolled the bad weather, the rain, and then snow. And of course everything is still soft. It hadn't had time to dry out and get packed in real good with our traffic, and it just punched holes in it just right and left. So it's just in just a heck of a shape. So today I'm going to kind of doll it up a little bit. Don't have the time to dedicate it to a full recovery effort, but we're going to make it just a little bit nicer. So at any rate, hey, take a look at this rig. What we got is a 3301 Kubota with an LA525 loader, quick attach bucket. We've got the set of forks that interchange with it and go right on absolutely perfectly. It's really a sweet tractor. I looked at the hour meter on the web, got 60 hours on it already. Doggone, the thing's halfway wore out. Now bear in mind, most of my old tractors are just that, old tractors. So with old tractors come old implements, old equipment and things like that. And so I prefer a heavier, much heavier, old, about a 1970-71 Ford 3-point blade. It's a lot heavier, a lot more substantial, and it does a fairly good job. And if you notice right here on this edge, right by my shadow, I've got the blade kicked at a pretty good steep angle. And the reason I do that is because I've got to draw the edges of the gravel in from the outside of the roadway. So if I cock the right side down pretty good and then put the blade at a pretty steep angle, I can, after several passes, I'll really boil that gravel or turn that gravel in from that outside edge and give me a lot of material to straighten up out in the center of the roadway. And then once that's done, then we'll put the tilt on it, the angle on the actual roadway, to cause the water to run the direction that we want. So at any rate, that's what we're going to do today, folks. We're going to play around with a new tractor and an old blade. Now bear in mind, it's going to be slow going at first because it's really packed in there. We've had several weeks of fairly dry weather. It's really packed in there hard. So the first few passes is going to turn up very, very little. But as soon as I get her turned in a little bit, there'll be some rock to move around. Now I'm going to be running in medium range and running kind of slow because if you run too much faster, you just beat the heck out of your machinery. And nobody likes that. I've already got a pin that's loose on the blade. I'm going to have to fix that as soon as we get done with this. But you just want to take it easy. Even though the tractor's new, the blade is old, and so am I. So we don't want to wear either object out, prematurely. Well, like I said, it took a few passes to churn up a little bit of rock. Kind of got her halfway leveled out. I'm going to knock that top down by going backwards there a little bit. And then, I don't know if I have enough time today, but I'm going to get the old roller out and roll this either today or tomorrow with one of the old tractors. Man, that tears up my neck looking backwards like that. But at any rate, this section of road is actually looking pretty good. By the time I hit that with the roller, make several passes with that 4,000-pound roller, I think it's going to do halfway decent. So, at any rate, I'm going to move on up to the other section of the driveway. Pay no attention to the old jealous tractors sitting there in the background, like that old 8N Ford, or that 1010 John Deere, or that old Massey Harris 101 Senior sitting right there behind that 1010. Pay no attention to those. And over here, there's also an old Belarus. I don't know if I can focus on that or not. There's an old 3045, a 3045 Belarus. But they're just resting, awaiting resurrection. Same song, second verse, another section of roadway. Hey guys, it's kind of boring sitting on a tripod. Let's go for a ride on a tractor. It's going to be a little bumpy, a little rough, a little jerky. Let's give her a heck. Now I told y'all it'd take a few passes to churn up a little bit of rock. Dang, turned around backwards and hit the key and turned the key off with my knee. You can tell I ain't used to driving a new piece of equipment. Ain't too good at driving looking backwards either. We'll get this turned to the middle. As you can tell, once we get a few passes under our belt, we really churn up a lot of rock. I think we're going to take a quick pass in reverse and go ahead for the roller. Now, I know I showed you guys this old rig before. It's an old Massey Harris 30 and this roller that is roughly about 4,000 pounds. But I know for a fact one thing I didn't do is well, I think I might have told you about how this thing will shift off to the side by pulling these pins, and I'm going to do that right now. Right now I've got it in between the two pins and it's pulling directly behind the tractor like a trailer. But I'm going to pull this pin out right here, and when I turn around, the drawbar is going to shift all the way over to this side, and I can shift it either side, it doesn't really matter. But I'm going to shift that drawbar over to this side and then lock it in place with the pin over here, and that's going to offset it to the side of the road to where I can step in the roadway and roll the shoulder, or actually just a little bit off the shoulder without getting brush in my face and all that kind of stuff. That's one of the pretty cool things. I'll show you that here in just a second. You can either pull forward and turn to the right or left, whichever direction you need, really sharp to shift it over, or you can just jackknife the tractor like I've done this time and back it up just a little bit and shift it over and drop the pin in the hole and you're ready to go. This time I've opted to shift it off to the right hand side. So let's go for a ride and I'll show you how that works. As you can see, I'm sitting right up here in the roadway, and it's cocked all the way off to the side, about 3.5 feet offset from my right rear wheel, so I can stay right up here without the brush hitting me in the face in the least bit. cedar brush coming up on the right hand side. Normally with that in the center, I'm going to be getting that smashed right in the face every time I pass one. But as you can see, the old roller's cocked all the way over there, and underneath that brush, it's not even coming close to me. Of course, you kind of have to pay attention. You don't want to not pay attention and know where that roller is, because like his telephone pole coming up here pretty close, it'd be pretty easy to smack a tree or a telephone pole, and that wouldn't be cool. The whole thing about all this old junk, you know, you just got to understand that you know, it's old and halfway worn out, kind of like myself, and you have to treat it accordingly. You know, you don't want to go inside at night and be abused, and you sure don't want to go outside and abuse your tractors and equipment. Got to make a U-turn here. That's the cool thing about these tricycles. So many people are afraid of these tricycles. Why, heck, I've had these tricycle tractors on hillsides so steep a billy goat would lose his footing. And heck, I ain't never turned one over. Of course, I've probably done a few things a little bit, you know, less than brilliant, you know, in the tractor department. But again, I've lived almost 70 years, and hell, I ain't dead yet. Just to kind of give you guys an idea of how heavy this roller is, you get a ear for the sound of this engine kind of pulling on the level, kind of at its leisure, not taking much effort to move the roller. And then going down the hill, of course, the roller's pushing us. But just listen to this old motor cackle a little bit, and listen to the governor open up whenever it goes up this slight incline right here. Should give you just a little insight as to what kind of pull this roller puts on this little old tractor. Look at there, up in the distance I see that brand new 2018 3301 sitting alongside the road taking a nap while this old dog from 1951 or 1952 is doing all the heavy work. Y'all enjoyed a few minutes riding around with the old tractor, the old bouncy, rugged old tractor, and the new bouncy tractor. There ain't much difference. Shiny paint, ain't no paint at all. Both got rubber on the ground, air in the tires. They pull implements. One costs a little bit more than the other. Of course, the price on them old Masseys is coming down somewhat. They're not quite as expensive anymore. You know, these old Kubotas, they almost pay you to take them away. But at any rate, they're both good old tractors. But like I said, I hope you enjoyed a few minutes in the afternoon of a poor boy out in the country, getting by the way we like to get by, and that's economical. I ain't got much else to say except for it was kind of fun, and I needed to grade the road anyway. I got about half of it done. If I don't get it done tomorrow, I'll get it done the next day, and if not, the day after that, you know. Doesn't really matter a whole lot. I ain't going nowhere. Well, I might. Never can tell. But anyway, hey, this is Tractor Man 44, and I am out of here.